Hey, it's Royal Syrup Gamer here playing my Super Sweet Sunday because it's baseball season. I'm playing Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. And I'm going to let the theme song for this play for a second. Because I really like it. It's a good theme song. It's pretty good for SNES. I enjoy this. Anyway, this is Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. I'm playing it because it's baseball season and baseball is my favorite sport. And, this is one of 4 Ken Griffey Jr. sponsored games, or he put his name to it, for Nintendo systems. This is Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball. The second one was Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run. The third one was, I want to go look, Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr., and the last one was, let me see here. I know there's 4. Oh, he also had a Game Boy release, I forgot. The other one's Ken Griffey Jr.'s Slugfest. That was for N64. And then he had a remake of this game on the Game Boy Edition. Now, even though this is Major League Baseball sponsored, it is not MLBPA sponsored, so Ken Griffey Jr. is the only person in this game that's real. So let's do Reds versus Cardinals, because I hate the Cardinals. And I want to show you the way to basically be really good at the game. First off, make sure auto fielding's off. First off, check your lineup. The wrong button there. Check your lineup for their catcher. These are all comedians. Some of the teams have a theme and some don't. So if their catcher is 7, that means you can't really steal bases on them successfully. So you should always check that. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my lineup is as best as it could be. And I just know from experience that I don't really like this guy. I know he is in real life. I know all these players in real life. But I like this guy's better because of his defense. So then check your defense and see what the highest defense is. And then change that to center field. And then change the second best to right field and the third best to left field. This is actually like Willie Green and Chris Sabo and Barry Larkin, who are all infielders, but you know, don't worry about it. Then do your next best guy at third. Or is it short? At shortstop. The next best guy at third. Your catcher should be 7 or higher always. And then what else do we have left over? We got this 5. Make your lowest at first and your second lowest at second. And that's always really good. And then let's see, what was my... I used to have an order. Let's see, Thompson, Queen, Hammett. No, Kane, Ellison, Chandler, Slim, Romer, and then Fleming. So there's a couple things you need to check. If you can steal bases if their catcher's below 7. 7 is kind of like where it starts to be like a very good stat. So anyway, I've got my best pitcher on the mound. You can see speed, control, fatigue, how good they are, etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and play. I've played, each game of this takes maybe 20 minutes-ish. And I swing at pretty much everything. So, got that voice acting, baby. I love the voice acting. This is a little bit laggy, but it's okay. Just throw strikes because you're not really going to get very many strikeouts in this game against the computer, so you might as well just throw strikes. The auto fielding is good if you're bad at the fielding, but I got pretty good at it because I played so many games. I played through a whole season twice, and to play through 3 games takes about an hour, and there are 162 games in a season. Okay, yeah, it's a little laggy. That might be good. Nope. And you never know how good their fielders are either. So basically that means that each season takes about 50 hours to play. And I played 2 seasons, meaning I spent at least 100 hours on this game. And then in college, me and a couple of my buddies in a summer played through with the Atlanta Braves, who I'm not a huge fan of. But we played through because it was one of my buddy's favorite teams. So I played this for hundreds of hours. So X is lead off, and then you can go ahead and steal. But like I said, my guy's too slow. But then you can get in a rundown, and sometime if you're smart enough, you can get back to the base. Man, they've got good fielders. Unfortunately, I was not able to do it there. So maybe St. Louis was not a great pick to go up against because they've got good fielders. Good fielders are always bad for you because they run faster, they throw harder, and they run to spots to get the fly balls quickly. So if you have a good fielding team, you're not going to score as many runs against a good fielding team as you are against a bad fielding team. Sometimes on like slow runners on hits to the outfield, I've been able to throw people out from the outfield as well. So, you know, this is not a super great game, but it's just very nostalgic. I just love this game. It's just one of my favorites growing up. Get down ball. All right. Bunting is really effective in this game. Not with this guy. Oh, that's a home run. Go ball. Oh, man! That guy's such good defense. I was not expecting that. That sucked. Man, it's probably been since that summer during grad school in 2009 since I've played this game. That's a very, very long time. Almost 10 years. It'll be 9 years this summer since I played this game. So, I played this all the time growing up. It's a game I played with my dad. We would switch innings, so I'd play the first, he'd play the second, I'd play the third, and so on. So, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of nostalgia. I would put in I would look up the roster in my, I would get the baseball cards for the Reds and look up the roster and see if I could remember who it was and put in their real names and stuff because you can edit the names. Or I put it in my friends at school and stuff like that. So that was always a lot of fun. Man, the fielders are good. I'm going to try to bunt with this guy. Oops. Did not work out. Try again. Nope. Alright, we'll just hit. His batting average is really low and he's not a great hitter, but he's fast and he has good, really good defense. So that's why I like him. Good. I like how all the pitchers, the stats are actually real for the people, but the pitchers are all 200 batters with 1 home run. All of them. Every single one. They're batters with 0 home runs, but the pitchers all have 1. Some of the liners to the infield are kind of tough because there's no like spot on the ground. It's Todd Zeal, I think. 103 miles an hour, yeah. Every pitch is 103 miles an hour. When you field, B is jump and dive, and A is run to the bag. And then also you can throw the ball, depending on what base you want to throw to, the direction of the base. So like first is right, second is up, just like most baseball games. This is the fastest batter, Jay Thompson. Oh, that's a base hit. That's a good one. Yeah! Got to get on with the bunt. Bunting is exceptional in this game. You should bunt a lot. The only thing that gets really old during this game is there's literally one song that plays. Whoops, probably should have gone to second base, but so you might want to like not listen to this music because it's not. Whew, it's not great music to listen to and repeat. I would just get out my boombox when I was a kid. That was a hot shot, too. So no score, not an exciting game. M. Zeppo. Yeah, definitely when I was a kid, I would put like a boombox on and just put in a CD. And usually a CD could get you through about 2 games, maybe 1.5, and the CD might start over. But and the stadiums are actually designed like the real stadiums, too, which is pretty cool. Might be able to get a strikeout here. Sometimes they do that, sometimes they look sad, and sometimes they break their bat. I don't know how they picked that, like how each batter did each thing, so, but it's pretty funny. Come on, Ellison. Oh. Is that going to be enough? Off the base of the wall. Definitely don't want to go to third on that. Never make it. So that definitely hit and run is good in this game as long as it's not like a line drive. You also can't score from second on a single, but you can bluff and then go back and they'll throw it home every time and you can move the next runner up. And that's another hint so that you can get more runs. Oh man, tried to butt him home. Didn't get over his head, dang. I'm also going to try to bunt with Romer because, you know, that's what he's good at. Nope, he's not going to make it. Bases loaded for the pitcher. My pitcher just hit a grand slam. That's Jose Rio in real life. Grand slam, grand salami, strutting home, 4-0. Cardinals suck. 429 feet. That's beautiful. Also, if their starting pitcher gives up 5 runs, oh, that's it. They automatically take them out. Back-to-back home runs by the 2 weakest guys on the team. I really hate the Cardinals, so this makes me excited. 382 feet. That's it for Mo. 4 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, and they're going to bring in Chaplin. They also bring in, if he's available, the next to bottom guy, and usually he is because you know stamina is not a big deal. So they almost never bring in the bottom guy unless it's like the 9th inning and they're ahead. I think it's the only time they do that. Of course, there's Ozzie Smith who has like the best arm in the game. Can't outrun him. His throws. Well, that's good. 5-0 is a good lead. Here's a base hit. Sometimes you aren't careful, you'll outrun the ball and it'll just go right by you. But if you have your defense set up well, oh, they're letting the pitcher hit. The double play maybe. If you have a good outfield, it really doesn't matter usually. And that's the DP. The old 4-6-3. So it's okay if you run by the ball. Kane was the only person that didn't get to bat last inning. He made the last out of the 4th and the first out of the 6th. That's why you always have to tweak your lineup to get the most out of what it is. I didn't put all the power hitters in the middle. Like the guy with the most home runs on the team is like my number 2 hitter, but it's not about that. It's about finding a way to maximize your lineup, playing around, playing a few games with your favorite team, and seeing like who you like. Oh, almost didn't get that. Who like I don't like that one guy, even though he's like good in real life. He just never really hit well for me. So I just said, okay, well this guy has good defense. This guy has good speed. Let's use him instead. Like I'll just bat him 8th and bunt with him. And that's how I started using Romer instead of block. Figured this, all of this out when I was like 9 years old, 10 years old, whenever my dad got it for me. He got it for me either the summer it came out or the second summer it was out. So maybe 9 or 10 I just figured out like, oh, I need to put the guys with the best defense at this place, and I need to put the guy that's the fastest here, and the second fastest here. And I don't know how, but that's how I figured it out. Bunting with Romer here. The Reds' bullpen is really bad in this game, except for our closer. He's one of the nasty. Oh, come on! Ozzie Smith's not that good. That ball's like a foot over his head or more. Rob Dibble's the only good one. We also had Jeff Reardon, who was one of the at one time had the all-time saves lead, but this is like the end of his career, so he's not as good. So maybe I'll put Dibble in because he's good. He doesn't have a good curveball. Like Rio has a good curve, a good speed, and can last deep into games. But Dibble has no curveball and also can't last because he's closer, of course. This is going good ever since I got those runs. They've had a couple of hits, but that's it. back to the top of the order. This is Bip Roberts in real life. He played second. He's the only one I think you don't have to change position, him and the catcher. This was Sabo. He actually wears goggles in real life, and he's getting into right field. And I don't have good vision, so I had goggles when I was a kid as well. So I looked up to him for that. Definitely go back. If you're running and you know that catcher has a 7 or above arm, you should definitely go back. Ooh, Chaplin's tired. When they get tired, you do hit the... Oops, should have gone. That's a fielder's choice. That's a 7-4 put out on a fielder's choice. Yeah, usually they take them out because they get too tired. And then they'll probably put in Silvers. Milton Berle's pitching. There you go. I wonder if Kane has a hit today. Oh, this isn't good. I tried it. So I'll put in my closer. They only have 2 hits. That's good. We're not playing in that long. They also only pinch hit for 34 pitches to get through 25 batters. His ERA is really high, 6.40 ERA, but he is he's actually very, very good. He has good stats. They only pinch hit for pitchers, no matter what. The pitcher will computer will not use pinch hitters for anybody else, and then they always use the same pinch hitters as well in a specific order. So there are some players like you'll never have to play against. George Burns, everybody, pinch hitting for Milton Berle. Back to the top of the lineup. If we get this guy out, we'll have faced one more hitter than the minimum. Yeah, that's it. And then, this was really cool as well. You could play the whole season, and it kept track of every person's statistics as well. I just played a preseason game, but they actually did keep track of all your stats, RBIs, home runs, and batting average. And you could see the box score every game, winning pitcher, losing pitcher. Everyone had a hit, except for Thompson had 2. Shows the runs, the RBIs, what your pitchers did, what the other team did. And then some like random thing. Red outfielder leaves team to play in Japan. That's sad. Wonder which one it was. Anyway, so that's pretty much the whole game. It's just nostalgic for me. It's not a super great game. Obviously, you've seen pretty much everything the game has to offer. I just really liked it. So anyway, I hope you had fun watching me play as the Reds and beat the Cardinals. And we'll see you next week for another Super Sweet Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and subscribe and click the bell and stuff. And everything's great. See you next week. Thanks for watching this Super Sweet Sunday video where I played Ken Griffey Jr. presents MLB for the SNES. If you like sports videos, and you probably do since you watched this one, last Sunday I played NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and you can watch that video by clicking the link at the left. And you subscribe to me by clicking my face in the bottom right-hand corner. Thanks again for watching me, the Royal Syrup Gamer.